Jeg hedder Reath Kawang Nyak, og jeg læser 3K, som er Kristendom, kultur og kommunikation i Aarhus. Jeg er i gang med min 7. semester, en halv år praktik, som foregår i Australien, i Sydlige. Jeg tager min praktik på en skole, som har noget med psykisk handicappede børn fra 0. klasse til 12. klasse, som de kalder det hernede. Noget af de opgaver, som jeg står i, eller som jeg har været med til at lave, det er at organisere for eksempel aktiviteter for børn. Jeg har været med til at undervise i noget, der hedder Prologue to Go, og så har jeg haft noget, der hedder PCS, som står for Pictures, Symbols, eller Picture Communication Symbols, som det står for. Og så har jeg været med til sådan en ledermøde, lærermøde, hvor jeg var med til at bidrage med diskussion også, og nogle af de beslutninger, som jeg har været med til at snakke om det ting, som skole vil fremover til næste år. Hvad har jeg lært her? Yes, jeg har lært også en del. Jeg har lært om mig selv. Jeg har lært også, hvordan man samarbejder med nogle andre professioner. Altså, jeg har ikke lærerbaggrund, men så har jeg også arbejdet med lærerne. Jeg arbejder med nogle sygeplejersker, og så har jeg også haft noget arbejde med frivillige. Så jeg har også lært at kommunikere med udvikle det her kommunikation til det der børn der. Fordi når børn er sådan i den situation, så kræver det også, at man er mere tålmodighed, men at man er til stede. Man bruger det her iPads og alt det her teknologi til at udvikle deres kommunikation og redskaber. Og så har jeg noget logbog kommunikations, håndbog kommunikation, som vi bruger til lærerne og forældrene. Så når vi sender noget, når vi ser en udvikling af en dreng eller pige, hvordan de har udviklet sig i løbet af ugen. Jeg synes, det har været rigtig en dejlig forløb her i Australien. Jeg har fået nye netværk. Jeg har udviklet mig personligt og fagligt. Og det kan kun anbefale for dem, der måske ønsker sig at komme til Australien i praktik på St.george schools.
Hello, I'm Diana Murphy and I'm the principal here at St.george School. St.george School is a special school for students with severe disabilities, physical disability and other disabilities, multiple disabilities, some with vision impairment, some with hearing impairment. Most of the students are in wheelchairs and most of the students have limited verbal communication skills or no verbal communication skills. Alright, I'll just tell you a little bit about the staff here at the school. We have, even though the maximum number of students in the school is 60, and we have 10 classes here, and they go from preschool through to year 12. That is from 4 years old until 18 years old. So 10 classes, and each class is staffed with a teacher and what we call a school learning support officer who supports the teacher in the classroom. So it's a very good teacher-pupil ratio. So it's one teacher, 6 students, and that teacher also has a support staff member. Now, just looking at let's look at the staff and their qualifications. All our teachers they have teacher qualifications, and a lot of them also have postgraduate degrees in special education. Our school learning support officers, most of them have completed a disabilities awareness program at tertiary studies, but not at university. Here we call it a technical college. So they've completed that course, although it's not mandatory to have completed the course in order to work as a school learning support officer, whereas for the teachers, they have to have their teaching qualifications. But most of the school learning support officers here at the school actually have completed that course. They felt the gaining that theoretical knowledge would help them in practice. But if we have school learning support officers come in and they've got the right attitude and they're happy to work with our students and they're positive and they fit into the vision that we have for the school, we're very happy to have those people. The other sort of group of people in the school are the admin staff, and the admin staff assist with the operation of the school. We have 3 admin staff. We've got a manager and we've got 2 support officers in our main office here. We also have drivers at the school. All the students are transported to and from school by bus, by a special school bus. And so our drivers are selected to be able to be able to address the needs of the students. They need to know how to secure a wheelchair in a vehicle. They also need to have a good driving check, and because we're a school and we work with children, every staff member here has to have a working with children clearance, and also the clearance that they've not been involved in any criminal activities. So that's one of the requirements for anyone, whether they're voluntary or paid employees at the school. We also have on transport, we have what we call travel support officers, because most of our students have complex healthcare needs, and so we have a number of travel support officers who ensure that they get to and from school safely. Just in the event of having a seizure, they can then, if necessary, phone an ambulance. So it's someone other than the driver who's in the vehicle to assist the students. All of them have a very positive attitude in terms, if we're looking at culture, we're not talking about really looking at ethnicity in terms of culture here. We're looking at a culture where we're all working together in terms of what is the vision for our students here at the school, and what is our goal here, why are we here, and it's a good school because we all seem to be on the same page and we have similar goals and purposes for us. Well, look, you know, when Reath applied to come to St. George School, I was hoping that we didn't disappoint him in terms of having a placement here at this school, because previous to Reath, we've had quite a number of students from Denmark complete a practicum here, but they've undertaken a social pedagogy course, and so it's very easy to see how the course fits into the structure of the school and the objectives of the school. So I was hoping, of course, that we would meet Reath's needs, but we have, which is good. I do believe we have. Reath's course is on communication, and as a student, as a tertiary student here, a university student, Reath has come with his own goals, what he needs to complete in order to address the objectives of that course, and we have worked with Reath to ensure that, yes, that he does complete his goals. Reath is a very unique person in terms of the Christianity and the cultures. He has, it's like, I've been everywhere. Yes, I feel with Reath that he has experienced the most traumatic experiences in life, but he's also experienced the positive experiences in life. So he has a certain there's spirituality about Reath, where after intense trauma that marked his childhood, that he has been able to address the personal issues that came with that, and is now looking very positively and very inspirationally at how he can make that experience a positive experience, not only for himself but also for others, and helping others who are going through a very difficult time. So he has been able to address those issues, and here in Australia his role is broader than the school, because here in Australia he's had opportunities to work, to deliver talks to other schools, to other professionals. He's delivered talks on radio here, and he has also talked with community groups. So I think for Reath, it has been a very successful experience for him, and I think that is partly attributed to his own personal beliefs and his strong sense of commitment and doing the right thing by people and people who are experiencing similar traumas to that he experienced. Yeah. This be a good placement? Well, firstly, in terms of looking at the communication part of the course, it is very challenging in terms of communication in working with students who are non-verbal or limited verbal communication skills. So one of the priorities for our students, regardless, because it cuts across all students, is to enhance their communication. And in doing that, we provide the opportunity for our students later in life to have a greater say in what they want for themselves, rather than have people make choices for them. So if they can communicate their choices, they can let people know what they want, then they have a greater control over their life. And that possibly is one of the most important goals for us here at the school, and it's in our vision statement that we want to give our students a voice, not the actual verbal voice, but very close, but the opportunity to be understood in terms of communication. And so a student from Denmark who's studying the 3 C's coming here will then be able to look at how can I work with and how can I communicate with people who have very limited verbal communication skills. What can I do to help them with communication? So we can actually demonstrate, and we also can provide practice for any student in learning about alternative ways of communicating and how we could augment their current forms of communication, and even sometimes provide a communication tool, such as I know that Reath has done in terms of looking at particular programs using the iPad apps, and we rely a lot on technology to enhance our communication. So yeah, so I think it would be really good. In terms of the Christianity and the cultures, certainly this is Sydney is a very multicultural place, so it's the opportunity to look at the different cultures in the school. Our culture here, it's really ethnicity within this school, because disability is I suppose supporting the students with disability, that is a high priority. So there is that culture of support, everyone on the same page about what we're here for, what's our mission, regardless of ethnicity. But in terms, if we look at the sort of the cultural breakdown of the students at the school, I think Australians would be less than half. That we have students from all over the world, whose parents come from all over the world. And so I think it can be a very worthwhile experience here. And Christianity, well, that comes with the person. I suppose we don't focus on a particular sort of spiritual. We don't have a spiritual focus at the school, except that we follow the rights of everyone, and everyone having equal rights from that point of view, and particularly people with disabilities.
Today we are going to dress cowboys and cowgirls. It's going to be a great day. Before we started the thing, I want everybody to say good morning. Can you say good morning? Can you say good morning, please? Can you say good morning? Excellent. Excellent. Good morning to you. What about you, brother? Would you say good morning to the class? Excellent. Good morning to you too. Liam, can you say good morning? Excellent. How do you feel today? Good morning to you.
Then how you feel today? Oh yeah? No, yeah, she's happy. Happy! How are you, brother? How you feel today? Can you tell the class how you feeling today? Happy! Woo!
What's the day today? Wednesday, excellent. What's going to happen today? Can you tell us? What's going to happen today? We start morning tea, excellent. And then blue ribbon, yes, we're going to look good. And then what's going to happen? Oh no, then we got a Christmas concert, a big Christmas concert. Well, we all going to perform. Yeah.
And then line time. Yeah! And what's gonna happen? Toilet. Excellent. And then movie. Woo! Everybody excited?